Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah. I'm Abby Powell, and I'll be serving as worship associate today. Our worship leader this morning is Amanda Leonard. Amanda came to Savannah in 2012 to study architecture and historic preservation, where she took a special interest in Buddhist architecture. Moved by her studies, she converted to Buddhism and attended a Zen temple before eventually transitioning to the Chua Cat Tuong Buddhist temple in Garden City. There she has hosted a meditation and Dharma talk group since 2019 and practices in the Mahayana tradition. Thank you very much. Our worship, religious education, and covenant group theme for May, we're in May, right, is the practice of imagination. Here at the UU Church of Savannah, we are working to build a diverse, multicultural, and beloved community. We celebrate the presence and participation of people of all races, genders, sexual orientations, abilities, and ethnic and national origins. We warmly welcome you on YouTube and here on site, whoever you know yourself to be, and wherever you are on your journey. If you are visiting with us this morning and you would like to introduce yourself, no pressure there, please rise or raise your hand, and then Mary will bring a microphone to you. And as part of our commitment to accessibility, we use microphones whenever anyone speaks so that everyone in the sanctuary can hear, and also on YouTube. So are there any visitors over here who would like to introduce yourself? Mary's right there with the mic.
Hi, my name's Greg Schroep. This is my wife Melissa and our son Will. We're visiting our son who's working a job down here. We're from Charlotte and go to the Unitarian Universalist community of Charlotte. So
welcome.
Here for a long weekend.
Anybody else on this side?
Hi, I'm Lacey. This is my mom, Colleen. We're from Florida, and she's visiting. I just moved here, and we're just happy to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. How about this side? Do we have any visitors who would like to say hello?
Hi, my name's Stephanie. I am originally from New York. I've been in Savannah for 3 years, and my friend graciously invited me to come, so here I am.
Well, welcome. Anyone else on this side? Okay. If you are looking for a new faith community, we encourage you to visit several times to get a feel for our worship style and our approach to matters of faith and religion. You may notice that this week our choir has this Sunday off, but we'll be back next week in the choir area. It is good to have all of you with us. Please join us in Ron Hall for refreshments following the service. You'll find Ron Hall in the next building over by following the crowd around the building, going through that door and down the ramp, or you can just ask an usher. So after the children's story and after the offering, we sing short responses. The lyrics are printed in the order of service. You'll also notice there are 2 cards in the pew back in front of you, and they are to help gather information for the good of our community. You can use the QR code on the back of the Rainbow Chalice card to sign up for our newsletter and to receive a welcome letter from our minister, or if you prefer, fill the card out by hand. And the card with the red heart and chalice is there to share a joy or a sorrow. If you fill out either of these cards, please place them in the collection plate as it passes around. Church announcements are emailed to friends and members on Tuesdays and Fridays. Check your email for complete details about the following. Our UUCS annual congregational meeting will be held on Sunday, June the 8th after church in our sanctuary. As church members, your attendance is crucial. As a quorum, we do business. Thanks. And then join us on Friday, May 30th in Ron Hall at 7 p.m. for another fun cookies, cake, and conversation. Bring a sweet treat to share and get to know your fellow UUs. And the Savannah Band Book Group will meet on Thursday, June the 5th from 3:30 to 5-ish in Ron Hall. With the lighting of our chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, we enter into sacred time. Our chalice lighters this morning are Bill and Jackie Pearson. Our chalice lighting words this morning are from our hymnal and attributed to Gautama Buddha. Be ye lamps unto yourselves. Be your own confidence. Hold to the truth within yourselves as to the only lamp.
Thank you. Welcome to all. As you know, my name is Amanda. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to share the precious words of the Buddha with you today. Buddhism is quite special because Buddhism is for everyone. It is a way of living more than it is a religion. We do not worship any gods, so it is not in conflict with many other religions, and the teachings are pure and seek to establish inner peace. Through mindful living, we can accomplish this peace and experience improved spiritual growth and develop tolerance and self-discipline. I invite you to join us now in this precious time we have to dedicate to our growth. We will now have our opening hymn, number 1011, Return Again.
Please rise by your spirit as we sing.
I'd like to invite all of the children, and for those who'd like to see the image over here, to come on down for the story for all ages.
Today we will be reading from Under the Bodhi Tree. This story is called The Buddha to Be. Long ago, in a life before now, the Buddha to Be was born in a wealthy family and given the name Sumedha. When his parents died, they left him all of their wealth: mansions, servants, storehouses of grain, fields, gardens, orchards, elephants, camels, and herds of cattle. Sumedha noticed that at their death, they were not able to take a single coin with them. He wondered, is there a path that leads beyond the sufferings and difficulties of this worldly world? I must find it. And he gave away all his riches and wealth and entered the forest as a hermit. There he ate wild food and wore clothing made from bark. For days upon days, he sat in meditation, absorbed in bliss. One morning, he was roused from bliss by the distant sound of music and the vibration of thousands of fearless feet. Sitting with his legs folded, he rose high into the air and flew over the forest until he came to a road. Workers dotted the road as far as the eye could see. Sumedha called down to them, "What is happening? Why do you work so hard like bees? Why is the road being strewn with golden sand and perfumes? Why is there a cart of flowers of every kind and color?" "Oh, wise Sumedha, haven't you heard? Burning Lamp Buddha is visiting our great city," the road workers answered, leaning on their shovels and looking into the brilliant blue sky where Sumedha was hovering. Speechless with joy, Sumedha descended, grabbed a shovel, and set to work on the muddy road. A Buddha is coming, he thought, a real live Buddha. Then faintly, then louder came music, and drums, and flutes, and strings, and voices. And there up ahead, Sumedha saw Burning Lamp Buddha moving slowly forward, wreathed in ever-changing colors of dazzling light, now blue, now orange, now green, and now pink. "I want to become a Buddha and help all living things," said Sumedha, and he spread his cape over a muddy spot in the road and lay upon it. Then, letting down his long hair, he stretched it out so that it made a bridge over the mud. "Let the Buddha walk on my hair to keep from soiling his feet." The music stopped. The voices and the laughter of the children stopped. Sumedha slowly opened his eyes. Light surrounded him, and he could faintly hear a voice say, "The hermit Sumedha, lying here in the mud, has made a great vow." And standing there among the thousands of monks and nuns, men and women, elders and children, Burning Lamp Buddha made a prediction for Sumedha. Far, far in the future, you will become a Buddha. Your name will be Siddhartha. You will be born in the city of Kapilavastu. Your mother will be Queen Maya, and your father, King Suddhodana. You will leave the palace and sit under the Bodhi tree. When the morning star appears, you will become enlightened. It was with tears of joy, Sumedha knotted his hair on the top of his head and quietly folded up his legs. He flew back into the forest from whence he came. "I, too, will become a Buddha. I, too, shall become a Buddha," he sang out into the starlight as he soared over the sleeping trees. And then, in life after life, he was reborn with many different names and in many different places. Joyfully, he worked hard towards his goal until he was reborn into the Tushita heaven, the heaven of happiness. This is where a Buddha to be lives before his last birth. And after a time, the 4 heavenly kings summoned to him. The moment has come for you to appear in the world and purify the people. Your name will be Siddhartha. You will be born in the city of Kapilavastu. Your mother will be Queen Maya and your father King Suddhodana. You will live in the palace until you leave and sit under the Bodhi tree, and when the morning star appears, you will become enlightened. And in a radiant light of brilliant colors, the Buddha-to-be rode to earth as a white elephant with 6 golden tusks. The light shone in the nighttime sky like a blazing star. Far below, from a mountaintop, a sage named Asita gazed at the blazing star. A Buddha will soon be born into the world, he said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's sing our children out.
The offering we give each Sunday offers a chance to reflect on why we give. These words from Kristen Collins give us a few reasons to add to our own. We give to remind ourselves how many gifts we have to offer. We give to remember that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We give because we believe in music and sacred space. We give with the faith that together we have enough. And to donate via debit or credit card, please use the QR code on the back of the order of service, or you can go to the church's website and click the donate button. Mailed checks are also welcome. We thank you for your generosity. is the time to share our joys and sorrows. I have a wonderful joy this morning. I took a lovely bird walk with some friends and Eric Swanson and learned so much about nature and the world around us. And I wanted to say thank you for donating that bird walk. It was great. I also have a joy that there has been some prisoner exchanges between Russia and Ukraine. And that is all of the joys and sorrows we have received today. Let us hold all of them, spoken and unspoken, in our hearts as we join together in the responsive reading found in your order of service. Sorrow is everywhere. As we mourn together, and offer thanks, so may it be now and in all the days to come.
We have your choir this morning. So we must make you folks the choir, or I must invite you to be the choir with me. And there's a part for us to sing together, and a part for us to do some echo singing, and it'll be great. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Sing with me now. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Don't give up hope, don't give up hope. You're not alone, you're not alone. Don't you give up, don't you give up. Keep moving on, keep moving on. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. A little louder now. One foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Lift up your eyes, lift up your eyes. Don't you despair, don't you despair. Look up ahead, look up ahead. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put you all in the choir now. Do that now. The path is there, the path is there. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. I know you're scared, I know you're scared, and you're scared too, and I'm scared too. But here I am, right next to you, right next to you. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Final time. You gotta put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Oh, put one foot in front of the other and lead with love. Y'all did good.
Now that we're all excited, let's reel it back in with some meditation. I would like to prompt you guys in your meditation today, and this is a teaching from Thich Nhat Hanh, one of our great leaders. And he instructs us here to go ahead and take your seat, which you have. Good job. And begin to take a hold of your breath. Let us give rise to the thought, I will use my finger to point at myself. And then, instead of pointing at your body, point away in the opposite direction. Contemplate seeing yourself outside of your bodily form. Contemplate seeing your bodily form present before you. Be mindful that you are in the universe and the universe is in you. If the universe is, you are. If you are, the universe is. There is no birth, there is no death, there is no coming, there is no going. Maintain a half smile and take a hold of your breath and contemplate. Thank you. I would like to share a reading with you and speak about how we experience this world through the lens of our imagination, and that we tend to alter our perspective to suit our views, and we tend to respond unfairly to the world and those around us. I have selected a verse here from the Dhammapada, which is one of the fundamental texts in Buddhism. The passage says, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Speak or act with an impure mind, and trouble will follow you, as the wheel follows the ox that draws the cart. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Speak or act with a pure mind, and happiness will follow you, unshakable as your shadow. Look how he abused me, how he threw me down and robbed me. Live with such thoughts, and you will live in hate. Look how he abused me, how he threw me down and robbed me. Abandon such thoughts and live in love. In this world, hate never yet dispelled hate. Only love dispels hate. This is the law, ancient and inexhaustible." We will now have our hymn number 100, "I've Got Peace Like a River."
I invite you to stand in body and spirit, and we'll sing verses 1, 2, and 3. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
These words that I have shared with you are offered to us from the Buddha himself in order to guide us through this life. In Buddhism, our fundamental belief is that life is suffering. There is a cause of this suffering, there is an end to this suffering, and there is a path to the end of this suffering. These are what we call the Four Noble Truths. And this teaching is an instruction that will lead us towards our goal of ending our suffering for ourselves as well as for all sentient beings, as they are our responsibility. In light of this, we are instructed to teach all sentient beings with respect. And in order to alleviate suffering, we should be kind. And this can be challenging from time to time. Life is messy, and things can cloud our judgment. And this is where our imagination comes in. We are taught that our reality exists within us. There are many ways that we receive information about the world that we use as evidence to support our beliefs. Whether it's something like, I heard her say this, or I saw him do that with my own eyes. We take whatever information we have and build entire stories around them. We have such beautiful and active imaginations. We like to embellish things a lot. And based off of very small amounts of information, we tend to build entire stories about people and how they treat us, whether it's a casual interaction, such as somebody cutting you off in traffic, or something more serious, like my sister said something to my father that I didn't appreciate her saying to him. We like to imagine motives that people have and judge their actions against our own imagined responses to things. I know we like to say, I would have done things differently if I were in that position. I have a couple fun little exercises that I'd like to do with you guys, just to demonstrate that we can't trust our own perspective. I know that everybody has their program with them. If you want to go ahead and just take your program, and if you go ahead and close it, that way you see this cover page, and you have these really nice, beautiful, bold words at the very top that say Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah. They're nice and bold, so they're very easy to see. And go ahead and hold it with your right hand and put your thumb next to those letters at the top there. Now, if you hold this sheet out in front of you, go ahead and move it off to the right just a little bit. And go ahead and look at the pew or the back of the person's head in front of you. Just go ahead and look straight ahead. And while you're doing that, go ahead and slowly move these words in front of your eyes. No, don't peek. Just look straight ahead. Go ahead and move them slowly in front of your eyes. And notice when the moment happens that you can actually read those words. All the way up until that point, they're just a blur. You can't see them at all. Right when they get directly in front of you, this is when we're finally able to read them. So how can we trust anything that we don't see unless it's right in front of us, spelled out nice and bold, crystal clear? I think we might have too many people for this other trick, but you can try it at home, and you can do this with just a regular piece of paper as well. And let's say you go ahead and you draw across the piece of paper just a straight line, and then way off on one side, go ahead and make a cross right on the line. And when you're home, you can take this and you can bring this paper up to your eyes and look at the line, and you'll notice there's a moment where that cross will just disappear altogether, and it'll look like just a straight line across your sheet of paper. Even though that you drew that cross and you know that it's there, your brain erases it. As you pull that picture closer to your face, we have these blind spots in our eyes. This is something that's everybody has. It just is related to the structure of our eyes. And when that cross disappears, notice that the line continues. There's not a little blank space where that cross is supposed to be. It's just a straight line because our brains have filled in the blanks for us. And there's no way to stop our brains from doing this. Our eyes are physically structured to have these blind spots, and our brains are well aware, and so they try to compensate, and they fill in all sorts of information. And even though your brain was there when you drew the line and when you drew the cross, it disappears anyway. Even though your brain knows for a fact that it is there, we still cover it up. Why do we do that? Don't worry, it's not on purpose. This is just natural, but it's good to be aware that this happens. Most of what we see isn't clear. Our brains fill in these blanks, and this is all through our imagination. We should consider that our imagination plays a very active role in our day-to-day lives, even with just this little trick with trying to read a piece of paper that you already know what it says, you read it when you came in, but you still couldn't see those words until it was directly in front of you. We can consider that this is how it works with all of our interactions and all of the people that we come across every day. Maybe it should be good to consider that our imagination takes a lot of liberties, and maybe we should consider adopting a more caring and gracious perspective towards others and to your own circumstances. And this can greatly alter your experience. Even though we know that our eyes play tricks on us, and it's not even our eyes that are playing these tricks, it's really our brains. And these things are inside of us. This is our whole reality, is something that we construct just with our minds. We know that by taking a hold of our imagination and by making the active choice to have a good, positive outlook towards people around us and to not be judgmental, because we know that we make things up. We know that we make things up whether we mean to or not, whether we're aware of it or not. If you hadn't known what those words had said ahead of time, they would have been blurry all the way up to the same point. You would not have had extra insight. There's nothing that would have changed that circumstance. You would have only had the information right at that moment that it was revealed to you. The rest of the time, it's just your imagination. As we consider that what we see isn't clear, we can remember that we need to be kind. Everybody is going through life together, and though it might not seem that way, I know it seems that we're all in all sorts of different groups, and we attend all sorts of different communities. We are still a part of this one global community. And remembering to put that at the forefront of our imagination so that we can have some intention there. We do have control over ourselves, and we do have control over our own perspective and our own imaginations. And we can alter our perspective. We can look at something and think about it negatively, or we can look at the same thing and think about it more positively. And this can be a challenge a lot of the time. It's very difficult to kind of go against the grain, especially in your own mind. We want to feel very sure of ourselves. We want to feel like we can trust ourselves and our perspective. And you can. But there are things that you should consider we're not perfect at. In fact, we make a lot of mistakes at. And we know that we do this ourselves, but we also know that everybody around us does the exact same thing, because we're all the same. So being more generous with your perspective, being more generous with your judgments, maybe refrain from making judgments, maybe instead thinking, I don't think I have all of the information here. Maybe in that you can go ahead and construct a more peaceful view, a more peaceful outlook of who you're interacting with and what they might be going through and their intentions when they're speaking to you or acting towards you. We will now have our closing hymn. This is number 1017, Building a New Way.
This is in your teal hymnals. Rise as you are able. Someone will play tambourine if they want.
I wanted to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope that with this wisdom, we may carry it into our week and actively use our imaginations in a positive light, but more importantly, noticing when we use it in a harmful light and abstaining from acting on those feelings. Let us bring love with us into the world.